Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Unparalleled Universe for another action figure review. And today we're taking a look at something that I realize is not everybody's cup of tea, but I'm a big Disney guy, so I'm excited about these. And what we have here is the Disney Toybox Goofy and Donald 2-pack. And I really like this Toybox line because it's a line that I enjoy, but I don't really follow that closely. It's not like I'm constantly checking to see which new Toybox figures are coming out. Usually I just see them pop up online, or I walk into the store and I see them and I'm surprised and then I buy them. With these ones, I didn't even realize they came out or that they were coming out with these until I saw Just Jay Hernandez post about them. So huge shout out to him. Be sure to check out his channel if you haven't already. Subscribe to that man because he has a dope channel. He has a really dope, original, unique style in the way that he reviews figures, and it's awesome. So be sure to check him out if you're not already subscribed to him. But anyways, I didn't know about these figures until I saw him post about them, and then I went and bought them. So it's really cool to be surprised by a figure line because I follow all these other figure lines that I watch so closely. I feel like I'm never surprised, and sometimes we see figures like years in advance before they come out, and you know, by the time we get them, I don't want to say some of the magic is gone, but you know, there's just no surprise to it. That's all I'm saying. So I keep Disney Toybox in the back of my mind so that I could have a toy line out there that surprises me, and if I miss something, you know, I'm not too broken up, you know. But anyways, enough rambling. Let's go ahead and get into this, starting with the packaging. As you could see, the figures do look very cool in there, and it's just the two figures themselves. There's no accessories or anything like that. On this side of the box right here, it says Disney Toybox. We have the little Disney castle up here, and then on the side of the box we get a look at Goofy and Donald. On the back we get a look at the other figures that came out at the same time as Goofy and Donald, and that would be Peter Pan and Captain Hook. But for whatever reason, these two figures are individually packed and Goofy and Donald came in a 2-pack. I thought that was kind of weird, but when I went to go buy Goofy and Donald, I discovered that Peter Pan and Captain Hook came out, so I picked up them too, and I will be doing a review for them shortly. But yeah, that's about it for the packaging. It's not collector friendly or anything like that, so once you open it up, it's garbage, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and unwrap these figures and take a look. Okay, so here we have Goofy and Donald right out of the box, and just so you know, from this point on, this review is going to be a little bit different from the usual way that I do reviews, because to be honest with you, there's not a whole lot going on with these two figures. So I thought to myself, why not try just to do it in one shot, de-amazing style, so I have a bunch of figures laying around so I could do some size comparisons and all that good stuff. And yeah, let's try it. It'll be fun. So let's go ahead and get into it, starting with Goofy. And I do think that he's a really good looking figure. I like the sculpting work on him. He does look and feel very cartoonish and very classic, you know, so I like this a lot. The colors look really good, but I will say there's a lot of paint imperfections on him, and there's nothing major. Just little things here and there, like on the glove there's a bit of orange, on the eye there's a little bit of black, and I'll take some close-up shots of those things so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, aside from that, there's really nothing wrong with the way the figure looks. I think he's awesome, and even those paint imperfections, you can't really like fault them. These aren't really adult collectible figures, you know, they're made for kids, I guess you could say. I don't know, I guess all toys are made for kids, but you know, these are just figures you buy in the Disney store. You know, they're not really geared towards adult collectors, so it is what it is. But I think for the most part, these guys are really nice. But yeah, Goofy looks great. Check him out. And he has a lot of joints. He has a lot of articulation. He has a lot of all that good stuff. But all the joints look good. Nothing is awkward looking. Everything looks very smooth and nice, you know. So I really like the way Goofy looks. And I think Donald, I think I like Donald a little bit more than Goofy. I like the character of Goofy more than Donald for sure, but I think I like the figure a little bit more. I think he looks very cool, and he's a lot of fun to mess around with. You could stand him on one foot with no problem at all and just get him in all kinds of crazy, like, weird poses, you know. But yeah, he's a really fun figure. He has the same problem with the paint imperfections. He's missing some paint on the beak here, or the lower lip of the beak, I guess you could call it. A lot of the paint, like in the face, isn't that like clean and crisp. On the neck, the paint's a little ugly. One of the buttons, the paint kind of missed the button itself and it got onto the shirt. So, you know, that kind of sucks. But again, it's kind of to be expected with something like this. But I think for the most part, this figure looks really cool and he's a lot of fun. And just look at him. He's super dope. I like the bright colors on both of them. And they both look very classic versions of these characters, you know, so they look good. But let's go ahead and jump right into some size comparisons because they do not come with any accessories, and most figures in the Disney Toybox line don't come with accessories. There are some exceptions, like I remember Stitch came with a surfboard and a gun, or his little blaster thing, so that was cool. But for the most part, not a whole lot of the figures come with accessories. One other problem I'm having with Goofy is that his ankle joints are really loose, so he just always wants to fall over. Let's try to get him to stand up naturally, you know. There it goes. But yeah, so there we have both of them. And let's go ahead and start off the size comparisons with their buddies. Here we have Mickey Mouse and Pluto from the Disney Toy Box line. And I think they look awesome together. I skipped out on Minnie for now, but I got to go back and get her because she looks good too. And the crew is not complete without her. So I gotta track her down. And then next up we have the Funko Darkwing Duck and Funko Scrooge McDuck. And I think that line was called like the Disney Afternoon line or something. I can't really remember. I thought it was a cool line, and they put out a bunch of nice figures, but it feels like they kind of just stopped pushing it. But these guys look awesome together. They scale together pretty well, so I think you could have Donald hang out with either one of these if you want. Have him hanging out with this steel right here. So yeah, that looks good. And then next up, let's see what else we got laying around here. We have one of these guys, a Rocketeer Vinylmation. And then a Diamond Select Fozzie Bear. So there you go. And then next up we have the Disney Toy Box Yoda, which, look, I get it if you don't like these kind of figures. I understand if you think that, you know, they're more for kids and not really for adult collectors or whatever. But look, any like Star Wars fan or Yoda fan would absolutely love this Toy Box Yoda figure because it's awesome. It kind of reminds me of the animation style from like Rebels and all that. But yeah, he looks really good. And then on the other side here, we have the Figure Arts Kingdom Hearts Mickey. And this is a really cool figure too. I didn't get too into the Kingdom Hearts line. I should have because they looked good, but I don't know. I stopped at Mickey. Let's see what else we have here. Next up, we have Judy Hopps. Here we have Judy Hopps, the Revoltech Judy Hopps. And you know what? I think I got an odd amount of figures here. So let's just go ahead and grab Mezco King Kong. He's hanging out here. So there's Mezco King Kong hanging out with the Toy Box Goofy, Donald, and Revoltech Judy Hopps. And the Revoltech Disney stuff is awesome, man. I really wish that I could find the Stitch figure and the Nick Wilde. But at this point, both of those figures have shot up in price. And they look incredible. But one of these days, I'll have to track those down. But let's go ahead and move on here. And then just to bring balance to everything, we have the Mezco 112 Collective Michael Myers and the NECA Sam from Trick or Treat. And this Sam figure is awesome. I meant to review it when I first got it, but I had to buy two of them because the first one I had actually broke. His arm broke right off, and then I just kind of lost the drive to do a review for it. But then I got a replacement, and I didn't have to buy it or anything like that. I think I just ended up taking it back to GameStop, and they switched it out for me. So that was cool. But this figure is awesome. This is probably one of my favorite NECA figures. Ooh, I should do like a top 10 NECA figures. That'd be fun. And then, you know, we can't get out of here. No matter the style of review, we can't get out of here without doing a comparison with Marvel Legends Pizza Spider-Man and Marvel Legends Bucky Cap. So there we go for the size comparisons, you know. And let's talk about the articulation. So first off, their heads are on little ball joints, so they get a little bit of tilt. Not too much, but it does move side to side. Can't really look up too much. It only looks up to about right there. Looks down to right there. But let me show you what the ball joint looks like in here. So it's just a little ball joint like that. Doesn't have any hinge or anything. So it's only a little bit of movement there. Sorry about that. And then next up for the arm, they do go all the way around. They come out to the side. We have a single jointed elbow, which is nice. And then a swivel at the elbow, a swivel at the wrist, and a hinge at the wrist. For the waist or for the torso, all we have is a waist swivel. And that's the one thing that kind of holds these figures back. I think a lot of them would benefit from some kind of torso swivel. If they had a torso swivel, they'd be like just as articulated as Marvel Legends almost, aside from like the single jointed elbows. But even Marvel Legends come with single jointed elbows sometimes. But yeah, if they had the torso movement, man, these things would be undeniably awesome. I mean, I personally like them, but you know, I think everybody would be into them if they had just that one more point of articulation would take them to the next level. So that'd be cool. But anyways, it is what it is. For the legs, they come out to right there. They come back to right there. They come out to the side. Then he has single jointed knees, which don't get a crazy bend, but they get enough. So that's cool. You could get him into some goofy running poses. And then for the feet, we have a swivel. And there is kind of a like a rocking thing going on in there, but it doesn't work that good on Goofy because of the way the foot is sculpted. It works fine on Donald, but for Goofy, it just doesn't want to like rock back and forth, and that's probably another reason why he has some trouble standing. But I think that's mostly due to the loose ankle joints. And as you can see, I have some like paint chipping coming off. And then taking a look at Donald, same kind of setup. His head can move side to side. His head actually comes off super easy in comparison to Goofy. You saw I had trouble with that, but Donald's head comes off easy. But yeah, we get some tilt. He can't really look up because it pops off, but he can look down to right there, and he can look side to side. He does have a waist swivel, and I like that they did it right at the end of the shirt, so you can't even see it. That's dope. And then for the arms, they do go all the way around. They come out to the side. He has single jointed elbow as well, but they have a really nice bend to them too, so check that out. So that's good. We have a swivel at the wrist and a hinge at the wrist, but it's a little hindered because of the sleeve of his jacket. Then his legs come out to the side. They could come forward. Oh yeah, look, I was gonna say they can't come forward that much, but yeah, they come forward enough. You could sit them down. They'll fall back though. And what else do we have going on here? They come back to right here. So that's cool. Then we have, see, the rocking ankles on Donald work really good. Look at that. And you could get him in like a crazy wide stance. Get him like in some fighting poses almost. So that's cool. And then at the foot, we also have a hinge. So yeah, like I said, they both have the same articulation setup, but I feel like it works a little bit better on Donald. So that's cool. I'm very happy about that. But yeah, so overall, I think these figures are awesome. And I don't collect every single one of these Disney Toy Box figures. I just kind of keep an eye out and I just buy the ones I like. You know, the main Disney characters are a must. So I had to get these ones. I had to get Mickey. I absolutely love Mickey. This is the one that sold me on the line. This is like such a cool figure. I actually bought 2 of him. I like rarely do that, but you know, like I said, they're like 10 bucks, so why not? And Pluto's cool, but he doesn't have any articulation. And I think I did a review for Mickey, so you could check that out if you want. But yeah, I think these figures are awesome. They're very good toys of the classic Disney characters, and they look nice, and they do a very good job of capturing the classic look of these characters. That's what I meant to say before I was stumbling all over my words. Shout out to D Amazing, because he does reviews like this all the time, and he doesn't fumble around as much as I am now. But this was a fun little experiment, and the reason why I wanted to do this is because I do plan on like trying some new things here on the channel. I want to try to get set up to do some live stuff, so I think it'd be fun to do like live reviews and things like that. So I figured, why not practice a little, you know? But here we are. But anyways, like I said, I like these figures. I'm going to continue to watch the line and see if I find any other figures that I like. I was really excited about Stitch, but then he didn't come out as good as I wanted. So maybe they'll take another stab at it. I have noticed that they like redo some figures. I want to say that they've done multiple Kylo Rens and multiple Iron Mans. So that's cool. I would love to see them do another Stitch. I think they could do better than the one they gave us. And I have them around here somewhere, but I'm not sure where. But anyways, these things are awesome. And thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think of this style of review. Should I try it again, or did I sound like an idiot the whole time? And yeah, anyways, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Thank you very much. Peace.